Chapter 1. Atlanta, Georgia. Landon Reed emerged from his 2-year prison sentence into the muggy warmth of an August morning wearing the jeans, gray t-shirt, and sandals that Carrie had dropped off the day before. He squinted as he left the dingy interior of the Fulton County Jail and stepped into the crisp, brilliant light of the sun. He held a paper bag containing the suit and shoes he had worn to court 2 years earlier when he pleaded guilty. There were sunglasses in the bag as well, but Landon had decided not to wear them, concerned they might send the wrong message. A former all-star quarterback still trying to play it cool. He'd been sentenced for his role in a point-shaving scandal, and it was not surprising that only one former teammate came for his release. His best friend and center, a mountain of a man named Billy Thurston. While Landon served his time, Billy had been drafted by the Green Bay Packers. The media formed a semicircle around Landon, cameras rolling to capture the scene. The same reporters who had crucified him 2 years earlier were back to record his moment of freedom and to rile up the Southeastern University fans all over again. Landon didn't hold it against them. He had changed in prison, his bitterness replaced by contrition. But he didn't expect people to understand. He held it together as he hugged his mother and older sister. They didn't say anything, mindful that the cameras would capture every word. Carrie waited in line, just as she had waited for 2 years, true to her word, enduring the scorn of most of her old friends. On her hip was the little girl Landon knew would grow into the same kind of strong-willed, independent, beautiful woman her mom was. Maddie had been born after Landon started serving his term. He had never held her outside the prison walls. Landon and Carrie had scripted this moment. There would be a brief hug, then Landon would say a few words to the press about how much he appreciated Carrie's loyalty. He would answer a few questions. They would keep it low-key. The emotional dam would burst later. But when Carrie stepped forward to hug him, the script no longer mattered. She started crying, though they had agreed she wouldn't cry, and neither would he. Unbidden, tears rolled down his face as well. Carrie buried her head on his shoulder, and they held each other for much longer than they had planned, with little Maddie right there between them, an arm around each of their necks. For the old Landon, the hotshot quarterback of 3 years ago, this public display of emotion would have been embarrassing. But the new Landon was beyond all that. Once you've been humiliated in the national press, crying in public is no big deal. The questions started even before the little family disengaged. Carrie handed Maddie to Landon, and when he turned to face the reporters, his little girl turned her back to them, hiding her face in Landon's chest, holding on for her life. It was all overwhelming for an almost 2-year-old. What are your plans now? Are you going to play football again? What do you have to say to your teammates and coaches? He took them one at a time. I'm pretty sure my football career is over. Would you want me? I'm grateful for everyone who stood with me during these last 2 years. He put his free arm around Carrie's shoulder. He nodded toward his mother and sister, standing on the other side of him. His mom, always a slender woman, looked wiry and gaunt, with tears streaking her face. Prison had aged her, even more than him. I'm sorry that I let my teammates and coaches and fans down. I know I can never undo the damage I've done to Southeastern University or my own reputation. Carrie held her head high, as if she were standing next to a prince. His mom and sister kept their chins up as well. I'm incredibly grateful to Carrie for waiting for me these past 2 years. I certainly wouldn't have blamed her if she had moved on to someone else. In terms of what I'm going to do, one of the first things